Everybody, I'm about to do a quick video about how you can tell if your Jordan 4s are real or fake. This is so you can authenticate them. I've got both of my Jordan 4s from StockX, and anytime you buy something, even if it's from Foot Locker or anything like that, you gotta make sure that they're real. Check the stitching. Nike stitching, Jordan stitching is usually really on point. You might find like a little extra piece of stitching here and there, but if you're finding it consistently throughout your shoe, it's most likely a fake. But like I said, one little piece here and there, it's still authentic. And like I said, the reason that you check shoes from like Foot Locker and Champs, if it's on the release day, you're fine. Week or two later, if it's a shoe that didn't sell out, and or all of a sudden you see let's see, say like those Rookie of the Years that came out last year, a few months later you see one sitting on the shelf because someone returned it or something like that. People can get themselves a fake, put it in the real box, and return it with a receipt. And you think some teenage kid making minimum wage is going to authenticate a return shoe? No. So like I said, if it's been known to happen that a returned fake was put in a real box, or even a fake box, and sent back, to Foot Locker or Champs, but they usually have a sticker on the box. So just check your shoes out real good. Can't stress it enough. There's so many people trying to fraudulently pass off fakes for real, but here, let's check these out. Alright, so I got a Fire Red from 2012 and a White Cement from 2016. Gotta check the paper. Look at the paper right there. This paper is always like, if it's too stiff or too thick, then it's not the right paper. That shoe there, exact same paper, 2016, 2012. Let's look here. On 2012, the label was red, price was $160. 2016, the label was black, price was $220. Make sure the one looks right. If that line across the top of the one here, see that? If the line across the top of the one here is straight, that's a fake box. Also look at this cement splatter. There shouldn't be any like little white spots anywhere. The box needs to be on point. No white spots. These were done correctly when they're made at the Nike, wherever they get it from. It should be right there. 11 AGR 18. We're talking about 4 years difference, and the boxes are exactly the same. Color on top, same, pretty much the same color on top. Alright, so let's get into the shoes. Look at the tag. You should have a nice distance right there from the top to there. If the tag is all the way at the top, you've got a fake. See that? Same distance. The lining on the White Cement should be white lining with black behind the tongue. On the Fire Red, all red inside. This mesh stuff here, it's soft. On the White Cements, it's a little more round, and that's what that should be. And on the Fire Red for 2012, it's a little more of a flat right there. See that round? But it's soft. When you rub your finger, it shouldn't make any noise. When you use your fingernail, you should get a little noise there. But that's soft. And look at the stitching. All perfect, uniform stitching. That's what you need to see on these here. And like I said, look, there's a little piece of thread right there. One spot. Come to the side, inside here, you should have nice, you can't see if you can see it, you got the stitching that goes up, and then a little piece that stops. Here again, you got the stitching that goes up, and then that little piece that kind of stops, like a little arch. That's the inside right there. Let's see, oh, right there. between the cement pattern there and that, just a small space right there. You can fit your fingernail in that. Here, same thing here, small face, you can fit your fingernail right in there. Behind the tongue, the Air Jordan should be upside down. And then Air Jordan upside down. Behind this tab here, sometimes on the fakes there's extra stitching because they don't know what they're doing. You know, they stitch a hole right there. And you see here behind the tab, no extra. On the midsole here, on the 2016, the paint doesn't go onto the bubble, but on a 2012, see that the paint actually goes a little bit on the bubble, like there's a layer on the bubble, and that's what the 2012 should look like. And the 2016 should not have that. No bubble, no paint on that bubble there, right? You know, and feel the materials. I mean, just make sure everything is good. These are leather, you know, nice quality leather. Also, you know, on the ones, the cements here, look at the splatter. It's done like immaculately. On the fakes, it's like someone takes a little paintbrush and dabs the little, I mean, gosh, it must take a long time, but they do that by hand. You know, the spatter doesn't look the same. This should be, I mean, it's hard to focus in there, but yeah, just little dots that actually looks like it was splattered. On the fakes, definitely looks like someone hand painted it on. But yeah, so there are differences from 2016 to 2012, and also from fire red to you know, the white cements here. So like I said, this stuff here always got to be soft rubber. It can't be hard plastic. All this little netting on the side, it's soft rubber, no hard plastic. See that, how it moves a little, kind of, it moves, it's soft. It's, and here that mesh is just a little bit different, you know, a little thinner, but you know, it's a different, just fire red to white cement, slight differences, but you know, and then from 2012 to 2016, again, slight differences, but just always check everything. Check all that stitching. Look at that. Perfect stitching. Perfect stitching. Go throughout the shoe. Just look for any imperfections, like you know, this it has to have perfect stitching everywhere. Perfect stitching, just all the way around. It's got to be on point. That's the major difference between the fakes and the real, is they don't put the time into that stitching. And on this cement splatter, they have to put the time doing that by hand. But that's it for my video. You know, just make sure that your stuff is real, because these things can cost you quite a bit of money, and you don't want to get duped out of your money right there buying some fakes. But that's the end of my video. Watch out for them fakes, man.